I started off, using this like a pacifier, you know.
Yeah.
I would watch my dad play, have fun, and also I would watch the audience, and I was thinking, wow, my dad is making people happy, and my dad's having fun too. There was one point that my lips were so cut and open, just to stop the bleeding, I got myself a crazy glue. So I would put that on just so I can keep playing.
Hey YouTube, today we have a very special guest. With us is Eric Miyashiro, world famous trumpet player, clinician, all around great guy, and we're just going to talk today about Eric Miyashiro, his life growing up, all the different gigs he's had, the great names he's played with, his equipment, and anything else he feels like he wants to share with us. I'm really looking forward to this. Eric, thank you for being
Gary,
here.
thanks for having me. It's an honor to be here.
So you play trumpet, obviously, and I was reading a little bit about you, and you started, at what age did you play?
I really don't remember because my father was a professional trumpet player.
Okay.
So I guess I would tag along with him to his concerts, gigs, and geez, the trumpet was always around the house, just lying around. So my mom said that I started off, using this like a pacifier,
Yeah.
I mean like that when I was like 2 or 3, and I guess I started to play when my dad wasn't around, just to see.
Were you shy?
Huh?
Were you shy? Were you afraid of what your dad would say if you...
No, probably not. Shyness is no, for us musicians, especially trumpet. It's not a shy instrument. So anyway, I guess, I don't know. I really don't remember when I started. It was a toy to me. It wasn't an instrument.
So you really can't remember life before the trumpet?
No, I guess I got kind of serious when I went to, when I got up to middle school,
Yeah.
when there was a band. But before that, I was at home playing along with the TV, radio, records, right? And just trying to, experiment. Okay, this button sounds like this. This and this makes that noise, and just kind of tried and experimented and figured things on my own. My dad never taught me,
Okay.
and
That's
so
interesting.
I'm completely self-taught to this day. Really,
Was there any point in your life when you imagined yourself doing anything other than being a musician?
no,
No,
really.
this is from the day one, it's like, I'm all
But
in. This is-
because you know why? Because I would see my dad at home watching TV with beer, looking like a slob. But when he went onto the stage, he switched into
All business.
that musician mode,
Yeah.
and he looked really cool, like a superstar, right? So I guess deep down, in my heart, I kind of knew it meant that's cool because I would watch my dad play, have fun, and also I would watch the audience, and they're smiling and they're laughing and they're going home, leaving the concert happy, and I was thinking, wow, my dad is making people happy, and my dad's having fun too. So man, what cool way to live your
What's
life.
wrong with that? Yeah.
I know, so I guess there was no doubt in my mind, from early on that, that's what I wanted to do. I saw a Maurice Andre album, and on the cover he was playing on piccolo. And I was looking at it and saying, man, this guy is giant. That trumpet looked that small. Man, that's a big Frenchman, man. So I told my dad that, and he said, no, that's it's called piccolo trumpet. It's it's 1 octave higher than your trumpet, and it's for high notes. And I said, that's cool, Dad. Can you buy me one? And I said, no, it's too, you're too young for that. So I said, no, come on, Dad. No, come on, Dad. Buy me a piccolo. No, that went on for about half a year. And finally he said, okay, I'll buy you a piccolo, shut up. So he bought me a piccolo. And I, first day I snapped my mouthpiece on and tried to play it. Dad, this is broken. This is no, stupid. He's not going to make you play any higher than you can on a regular horn. It just, it's for the color, the sound, and and it just it's not going to make you any higher. So kind of light bulb kind of went on, and just said, oh, okay, all right, all right. Then I started to really get into the higher pitched horns, D's, like an F piccolo. I
Wow.
found a friend that had one. So I got really into that Baroque stuff, and that really, really helped me, because as you know, high note is not all about air. You have to use less air, in fact, when you go to upper register. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it kind of taught me how to use my air in an efficient way. So discovering piccolo, revelation, really. I went to one trumpet lesson. My ninth grade, in ninth grade, my teacher said, Eric, you have to take a lesson from this classical teacher. He basically said that if you kept playing that way, you're not going to be playing past high school. You're going to burn yourself out. And I said, okay. So I went to one lesson, and I sat there, and what he did was he told me how bad I was, that all the things that, that was wrong with me. So that's gonna, no, you're tonguing wrong. No, your air is wrong. You have to use more dynamics. No, this, that. And I'm carrying no's, a bunch of no's. I'm like going, man, this is not fun, man. This sucks, man. And I said, okay, this is not gonna work. I don't want to take any more trumpet lesson, So I bought a bunch of books. I mean, Arbin, Charlier, Clark, Clyde Gordon, Maggio, anything that I could get my hands on, and I played it, and whatever that felt fun, interesting to me, I kept it. Whatever that felt, boring, and I didn't do it. Like Clyde Gordon, it's a great system for some people, but it didn't work for me, and it was so boring to me. It wasn't music, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just like, I don't know, just a bunch of push-ups and sit-ups and, jumping jacks. I mean, I asked Maynard Ferguson, what kind of high note, practice did you do? And he said that I never practiced high notes. And I said, what? Oh, come on. So no, seriously, I never really practiced the notes. He said, I practiced playing in that register, to be more comfortable. So he said he would pick a like simple melody, like a ballad, right? He would play in a key of F or whatever, yeah, and he would play it until he felt comfortable, musical, that he could sing, make a statement out of it. Then he would take it up like a minor third up. Then he would play in a new key, and he would play until he felt that he had that control of that key. Then he kept going higher and higher. He said he used music. So that way you're not zeroing on just playing the single note.
True.
It's not like you're a baseball player and just, practicing the catch and not actually taking part of the game itself, right?
When you have bad days, what do? You wake up in the morning and it's like, oh man, I can't believe what I got to do today, and it's just not there. Do you have a plan B?
Great question. I do have plan A, B, C, and D sometimes. Wow. I have to, for the nature of the gigs that I'm asked and required to do, really involves a lot of high velocity, high note, loud, high, fast, and loud kind of gigs. So I really, really have to watch myself. Like right now, I'm on the day 15 of this Europe tour. And every day it's been, travel and play. So right now I have a really bad cut in 2 places, and it's swollen. And but the 2 nights ago I was in Poland, and man, when I got up, I tried to play, nothing came out.
Oh man!
And I said, I'm in trouble. Okay, don't panic. But in my years of experiences, I've done so many. Bad concerts, so to say, with the bad chops, that I kind of know how to sort of get myself back on track to the level of being able to satisfy the audience. Yeah, it's not going to feel good to me.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like the best night, but it wouldn't be such a terrible performance that the audience is going to go, wow, that was a waste of time. The most important thing is you don't let yourself get to that level. Maynard told me that he had 7 embouchures. He might have been joking, but he said he had a ways to get through any kind of gigs on any jobs.
Wow.
And I kind of believe it.
Yeah.
The stuff that he used to do on nightly basis. He would do that for 2-3 months every night, and
Unbelievable.
the most important thing is a warm up.
Yeah.
To how to condition your lips. It's like sax players shaving and wetting, conditioning their reeds before they play. We have to do that every day because we have different reed every day, right?
True.
It depends on what happened the night before, the day before, or if you're sick, if you have a cold, or if you had too much drink the night before, or whatever. Our lips are different every day.
So how do you approach your warm-up? Like you said, it depends on what you did the previous day. Do you have like an end result? Yeah, the lips feel in a good shape now. What sort of things do you do to get your lips ready to play?
We should always make it a point to remember our good chop days.
Yeah.
How that felt like. The warming up process is trying to remember that feeling, I think. Yeah, trying to remember how to play trumpet kind of thing. That's a warm-up process. It's not a practice. So what I do is series of stretches. You're trying to get the muscles to relax. First thing in the morning, I'm in my bed. I'm doing this already.
Wow.
And try to get the blood flowing again, and do these things, flapping, fluttering, whatever you want to call it, to get the blood, of course, again, flowing. And I will finish it off with buzz, free buzz, and try to focus from here to the playing surface, in the day. Before I introduce the mouthpiece, we often see a lot of people warming up with this thing, right? First thing they do, they take the horn out of the case, take the mouthpiece out, and oftentimes I'll see, go straight into this thing. And I think it's a bad thing. It's like just diving into a cold pool. So I don't warm up on this. I warm up, do a lot of stretches, and try to get that good feeling, then I'll go right into the horn.
Interesting.
Yeah, because this is not meant to be played. You need ample amount of resistance from the length of the horn to create that stable sound wave to start happening. So when you're doing this, it's not. I don't know if you can hear this. It's not too loud, right? It's like a mezzo forte.
Right.
Not even that. Yeah, right. But in actuality, when you're trying to make a sound on this alone, it's like super loud.
Wow.
Yeah. So you're forcing your lips to vibrate, make a noise when you're just doing the mouthpiece. After you're warmed up, mouthpiece playing, practice is great. It will train your ears, first of all, yeah, and it would give you good practice on controlling your embouchure. Yeah, so it is good, but as a warm-up, I would not recommend mouthpiece warm-up.
If you have a day where you have to play like the whole day, do you play differently? Do you approach each of those gigs differently than if you only had one gig at night, for example? Knowing you have to get through a marathon rather than just...
Yeah. You really have, it's like a marathon runner. You have to kind of map out the day and what you have to do and, how long you have to do. And you kind of sort of have to plan ahead and try to figure out where I'm going to peak at. So on a long day, I will use rehearsal, sound check as a warm-up. And on the first set or something, I'll be still warming up, actually.
Wow.
I wouldn't be peaking, My goal is the last note of the encore. the star players are not necessarily stronger than we are, we mortals, you know, but they're smarter, you know. They pace themselves. I watched, you know, like Maynard and, you know, Doc and Vitsuri, all these fantastic trumpet players, you know, play, you know, like endlessly, and I often wonder, man, they're strong, but no, they're like really smart.
Could you tell us a little bit about some of your, not really the highlights of your career? It's still young in your career, I think, but some of the awesome names that you've played with.
High school senior, I was 17, I think. In the United States, at that time, they had a band program that was sponsored by McDonald's, and it's called McDonald's All-American High School Band.
I've heard of that.
Two high school seniors from each state. So at that time, 50 states, right? So 100 kids would audition from their states, represent the states, and we would get together in New York City, play at the Carnegie, and march in the Macy's parade. And within that 100-piece marching band, there was another audition for a jazz band. And of course, you know, I tried out, and I got the lead on the jazz band. And the guest soloist for that concert was Maynard.
No way.
I flipped out. I said, "Oh my God, okay, I'm gonna meet this man finally." And I got to Berkeley College after that, under Maynard Ferguson's scholarship.
Wow.
Yeah, full ride for 1 year. Whew, man. So I got to Berkeley for 2 years, and I got a phone call to join Buddy Richard's band. I was 22, and I was too green, and I couldn't handle that book.
Yeah.
I mean, I was, you know, I had an okay night, and it would be 8 days of like really bad nights where I could not play at all. It was a hard band because you would play every day. We would pay, we would get paid weekly.
Mm-hmm.
So on the days that we don't play, the band loses the money. So they keep adding the dates. So this one tour we did 68 days straight.
Oh man.
Every night. And of course, you know, my chops got torn to pieces. There was one point that my lips were so cut and open, just to stop the bleeding, I got myself a crazy glue. So I would put that on just so I could keep playing.
Oh man.
So, you know, I ran into all these serious problems and bad chop days. So again, you know, I learned from my mistakes. And this is when I got to meet Bobby Shew, my mentor. You know.
Is that where the lip flutter?
Exactly.
Did that come from Bobby? Yeah.
I got that from Bobby. You know, my chops were just so bad, and I just remembered at that point, you know, I didn't know what to do. I was up all night thinking, "Oh man, what am I gonna do?" Oh. And then before leaving Berkeley, my teacher gave me Bobby Shew's phone number. They said, "If you're in any trouble, you know, this is the guy to call." So I said, "Okay." So I found that, you know, little memo, and right away I got it on the phone, and I not realizing it was 4 a.m. in LA time.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I woke up his wife, and he's like, "I'm sorry, my name's Eric. I'm on Buddy Richard's band." And before I could finish the sentence, she said, "Okay, I'll wake up Bobby. Hold on."
Wow.
Yeah, and so Bobby comes on the phone. What? And then I said, "Listen, Bobby, I'm playing lead, and I'm having problems. I can't play anymore." She said, "Okay, do this, that, relax." And he gave me like a trumpet lesson on the phone for about an hour.
At 4 a.m. What a guy. How many years have you been with Yamaha? It's been a few years now, right?
Oh God, more than 20 years, I would say.
Wow.
Again, Bobby recommended me. At that time, 30 years ago, I moved to Japan after doing all those road bands. I needed to settle down somewhere, stop the travels, yeah. You know, I was playing on a super big, large bore trumpet with a super shallow mouthpiece. You know, typical, you know, trumpet jock setup,
Yeah.
you know. And I was having a hard time doing studio dates and really overblowing everything. And Bobby kept telling me, Eric, you have to be more smarter. You know, as you get older, you know, you'll see. And he said, try my horn, you know.
Yeah.
And I kept trying Bobby's horn, and I couldn't play. Years, you know, passes, I still couldn't play. But I said, I have to change something, you know.
Yeah.
So I kind of forced myself a year to play on the Bobby's horn. And I kind of tweaked it, you know, changed, put a different tuning slide, this and that. And the Yamaha, fortunately, came to me and said, hey, why don't we make your, you know, custom-made horn, you know? Then that's how it got started. Our relationship with Yamaha was that they, you know, kind of said, they came to me. So,
Wow. That's
yeah.
cool. Yeah.
And it's been fantastic. Ever since I have my own trumpet, we're working on a flugelhorn, piccolo, mouthpieces, and you know.
Can you tell us a little bit about this horn and how it's different from the horns you played in the past?
Yeah, I do a lot of different genre to this day. I still do classical. I still do small band, funk band.
Yeah.
Of course, big band, wind band, and sitting in the orchestra too.
Wow.
So
that's a tough
yeah,
requirements for a horn.
So for some people, they would change horns, like the actors change, you know, costumes to kind of immerse themselves into the role. But for me, I really don't change the mouthpiece or the horn for different genres. I kind of change it here.
So you're looking for something that lets you be you, that lets
Something
what's
that-
inside come out.
Exactly, something that easy for me to play. You know, the playing the instrument is so hard that I want to get over that. Yeah. So I want to make everything as easy as possible, meaning the response, the tuning, right, and the color that you can get out is something that's, you know, like I said, it's in here. So basically, it's the ease of playing is what I'm most concerned about. So this horn has a very large flare,
Right.
but the bore size at the piston is very small, medium.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's pretty small at the beginning of the pipe, and it's a large bore here.
Right.
The slides are medium large, and there's different, you know, sizes all throughout the horn to balance out the, you know, the resistance factor.
Wow.
Oftentimes, you know, we get, especially us men, you know, we're so caught up with size, right? Bigger the better, kind of. So bigger is not better, you know. Bigger is more of a waste of energy most of the time. Yeah, that was my concept behind my designing of this one, and I like lacquer.
Yeah.
Lacquer to me has more of a character that you can express than the plated horns.
Yeah.
Plated horns has a tendency to go brighter, I think. Again, this is so personal.
True.
It may be so different for, you know, a lot of players.
Did you ever have meetings with Miles Davis? The music?
Wow, yeah, Miles was, you know, all about music, of course, and he studied so many different musics, like you said, classical, and you can kind of listen to his music, and you see that, you know, that some of the ballad he plays, very classical, like in a way sometimes, and man, he was a complete musician. I only got to meet him once. In Nice, jazz festival, but what an aura he's got. You know, he's got that image, you know, of being, you know, this really kind of a hard to approach kind of guy. But I saw him, Miles and Buddy. They met at this hotel lobby, kind of because we were on the same jazz festival. And, you know, Miles's face just lit up like a little kid seeing Buddy. And they came and they're hugging and they're talking. Wow. And it was like a regular guy. It wasn't that Miles Davis that we kind of see on the YouTube, you know. Yeah. And he was like a regular guy.
Cool.
And, you know, just old friends, you know, and just talking about, you know, hey, what's up in your life? You know, how's the kids? You know, and I thought
refreshing to hear. Yeah.
I thought that was so cool.
Well, thank you, Eric, for coming
God.
awesome stuff.
Enjoyed it immensely. I love to talk about the things that I love the most.
Sure, it's clearly passionate for
So-
you, and I think that's our goal. It's leave your comments in the comment section below. Also hit the like button, ring the bell, and we'll see you next time.